What's up, y'all? It's me, it's your boy Asmongold, and today we're finishing up the Glory of the Orgrimmar Raider on the downfall part of Siege of Orgrimmar. Now, obviously, the first boss here is going to be Siegecrafter Blackfuse. Now, there are two ways that you can do this. You can either selectively only kill one type of, what's it called, of like ad on the belt, or you can just ignore all of them. And what we did is we ignored all of them. I wanted to do this because the Siegecrafter is actually my favorite fight in the entire instance. And so I thought it'd be really cool having to avoid everything like your fucking Neo or something like that. And it was actually pretty fun, even though it was only flex mode. I wish I was able to do this on progression. And anyway, what you want to do here, if you're using the strategy that I'm using, is you want to pop all of your cooldowns at the start here, because as soon as the first one, what are those? The first weapon hits, he's going to gain a debuff on his damage, or on his damage taken. And he's going to take 90% less damage. And so you want to use hero and everything and blow all your pots and everything at the start to get him as low as possible. As you can see, we got him to 50% or below 50% before belt even happened. And the rest of the fight just pretty much happens on its own. You want to try and centralize all of your damage around kind of big damage, or like a very small damage window, because as you can see here in a second, he's about to lose his buff and everybody's going to pretty much damage him as much as they can. And he's only going to have his buff down for, I don't know, a few seconds, and then it's going to go back up. So you want to have, this is definitely a strategy that you want to have very good DPS and very active and attentive DPS doing, because if you don't have people who are paying attention, you're going to definitely have a bad time. And he's going to, yep, there he goes, he got the shield again. And this is going to go back and forth for the rest of the encounter. Now, obviously, the things that can wipe you here are just the sheer amount of raid mechanics, and so you might want to, well, basically, the better of a group that you can bring in here, the better, honestly. I mean, I guess that kind of is the same for everything, but it's especially the same here, and the main reason for that is that obviously, as you can see how much mechanics are going out, unless you have people who have done this a lot on Heroic, like some of the people in this group have, there's probably going to be a lot of people getting hit by crawler mines, getting hit by saw blades, standing in superheated, getting hit by the rocket strikes. I mean, people invent all kinds of ways to die in this fight. This is like the personal responsibility fight of the tier, I guess you could say. Well, maybe a little bit easier than Paragons, but either way, irrelevant. So anyway, as you can see, we're just pretty much, as I said again, focusing all of our burst damage onto him as soon as his shield goes down, because his shield is only down for, I don't know, like 10-15 seconds. And again, you just pretty much want to be avoiding all the ground mechanics while his shield is up. And so that is one thing that's good, because while his shield's up, you're pretty much not going to be doing any damage to him. And so just take that time to focus completely on avoiding all mechanics, and it should be very easy for you to. I mean, it's just like playing like Super Mario or something like that. You're just collecting coins, don't really have to do anything, jump on any Koopas, avoid any shells, any of that. And so, as you can see, this is pretty easy to do. Now, the alternative here, and by the way, the good thing about this is that a lot of times you'd obviously have to come in here twice to do it, because you could only do 3 of them at a time if you're killing one type, and so you'd have to take 2 weeks to do this. But if you do it with this strategy, you only do it in 1 week, or you can do it in just 1 week. And my advice to you guys is that the odds are people probably haven't done the saw blades, and so you should probably just always kill saw blades, and the rest of them just leave them up if you don't have a if you can't handle doing all 4 of them with the shield up, because most people always let saw blades go out. But obviously that's just kind of up to your group, and you just have people up there and do the fight normally, and just make sure you don't kill the type that you guys need. It's very easy to do, but this other strat is a lot faster, obviously, because it saves an extra week of time. Now the achievement is Now We Are the Paragon. Now I'm going to have a bunch of text that's about to come up on the screen, and it's going to tell you guys, well, the way this works, let me explain it first. The way this works is that each Paragon, whenever each Paragon dies, depending on which Paragon it is, a DPS, a healer, or a tank can right-click on that Paragon to gain a buff. Okay, and so like let's say I know, like, all right, yeah, here's the text here. And so if you're a healer, you can click on Kaztik whenever he's dead, Recall whenever he's dead, Zero whenever he's dead, and Yokic whenever he's dead. And the Paragons that are available to tanks are Kaztik, Recall, and Corvin. And the Paragons available to DPS, Kaztik, Karaz, Skier, Recall, Kilruck, and Hissik. And so make sure that whenever, and by the way that you do this is that whenever they die, their corpse will be right-clickable, And something that I read on Wowhead about this is that if you have something that affects your appearance, like Mr. Smite's compass, or I think like the rhyme of the Time Lost Mariner, is that you want to take all that stuff off, because I think it does interfere with your ability to actually get the buff. And so it's very important that you take all of that stuff off. And other than that, this is a very simple achievement. Now, obviously, what kind of sucks about this is that only a certain amount of people can get this per week. And what's good about this is that you can get this, you don't have to get this all at the same time, obviously. And so, like, let's say you're doing a flex raid, and you do, like, Kaztik, you're a tank, you do Kaztik, and then you go back in, like, an hour, and you do another flex raid, and you get Recall, and then you come back in another hour, and you do another flex raid, you do Corvin, well, now you've got the achievement. And so you don't have to get them all within one try, obviously, and so you can take multiple times to do it. And also, you can, if you have, you can get the tank, a DPS, and a healer parasite, or a Paragon ability. And by the way, each Paragon that you click on, it gives you an ability. I'm not really going to go over all of the abilities, because that would be kind of a waste of time, but I'll just kind of basically give you an overview. Like Corvin gives one to where you can amber somebody in place, and so it's very good for whenever what's his name? I think was it Kaztik. Whenever Kaztik mind controls you to run to the Kuchong, you can click on that amber, and that will stop the person from running to the Kuchong. And so if you click on the person who's mind controlled running to the Kuchong, click on that amber, you know, and that will stop them, will like stun them. And so there are a lot of little things like that, and other things that give you like little healing orbs. And there's quite a few different abilities, and they're really only useful, like super useful, in heroic. And normal mode, they're not really that big of a deal. And so I wouldn't really worry about like making sure that you don't click one. Like if clicking these Paragon buffs are what makes the difference between you killing and not killing this boss in Flex Raid, you need another group. You need to just find some people who are just a little bit better, because this is really not very hard to do. And it was not even hard to do the first time that I ever did this. It was never even hard, especially on Flex Raid. And so this achievement is not hard at all. As I said, you just need to make sure you click on a Paragon. If you die, you still get the achievement. You still get credit. I read about that too. And I'm trying to think if there are any other things that people might need to know about. Now, I've read about people getting 2 buffs at the same time. I think I actually got 2 buffs at the same time. And another time, I wasn't able to get 2 buffs whenever I double-clicked on 2 of them. And so you can try, but I wouldn't really, don't quote me on that. I don't really know if it will work for sure. But again, this is a very easy achievement to do. It's just you have to make sure that you know, obviously, what to expect with these Paragons and when to get ready to spam click on them. Because obviously, if other people are trying to get this achievement with you, like if you're a healer, well, I guess you can always make sure that you can click one of them, but you want to make sure that you click one that you need, rather than just clicking the same one. So you can kind of, I don't know, you're not going to get credit for 2 of them when you click Recall twice, like let's say. And so basically, the best thing obviously is to come in here with a group and coordinate who's going to click what. We tried to do that, but then people needed the same one, and so they tried to click each other's, and so I just said, you know, whatever you can do, just do it. And you get an extra action button. I'll mention that right before the clip ends here. And you get this extra action button. That's what I was saying about the Corvin thing. And so that extra action button, if I target someone and click it, it will stun them. And so in like a little amber thing, the same way he does on himself to heal himself. But anyway, this achievement's frustrating, and I fucking hate it. Very easy to do as DPS though, as long as you know what to click on and you're just sitting on top of them right next to them right before they die, just clicking on them as fast as you can. Now the Garrosh achievement is called Strike. This achievement is bugged, like basically. I die in this clip, and I wanted to show you guys how much fuck ups we had on this boss. This is just going to be a pretty short clip. I'm just going to show phase 1 and then us killing the boss and then people getting the achievement. And it's not even a big deal. It says that you're supposed to kill 18 of the Garrosh adds with 1 Iron Star, and we kill 0 of the Garrosh adds with an Iron Star. We do hit them with an Iron Star, and so I don't really know in what way it's bugged. It used to be bugged to where you could get this achievement in LFR, and this achievement has, as I said, it's been fucked up ever since the first day. And so the odds are, if you ever kill this boss, you'll probably get the achievement, and if not, I don't really know. Like, I was doing some reading, and I was trying to figure out like what triggers this achievement to work and what triggers it not to work, and it's been very difficult for me to really figure out like what it would really be. As you can see here, there's an Iron Star. The idea here, if you guys haven't done this before, is that you get the ads close to the Iron Star, and then you have a knockback class knock them back into the Iron Star, and the Iron Star will do friendly fire damage to them. Now, as you see here, I've got about 1,000,000 ads on me, and I'm about to die, which kind of sucks, but we didn't really want to kill the ads because we didn't know what was going to happen at all. And so at the point when I died, this was kind of late at night, and so we just decided, fuck it, let's just see what's going to happen if we do the achievement, and it does or doesn't work. And it actually did end up working, so I was really satisfied about that, because, this entire raid, if you guys have gone through the other different series, they've come with me the entire time. There is the grip, by the way. I wanted to mention that. As you can see there, they were all gripped, they were all gripped to a place where the Iron Star would hit, and that's another way to do it. Is if a shaman puts down their totem at a certain place, totemic projection, and then that totem is gripped to as a target of Gorfine's grasp. And so it's very easy to do to get them into the Iron Star, especially if you have people who know what you're doing. Obviously, with idiots, you're going to have a problem no matter what you're trying to do. But if you have people who are competent, you're really not going to have any problem with this. But this achievement is bugged to begin with, so you're probably going to have a problem with it anyway. I don't even think that we killed 18 Warbringers. I don't understand why this. As I was thinking about, and it's like, if you had to actually kill 18 Warbringers and 1 Iron Star and have the Iron Star be the killing blow, like, man, this would be like Nerf Scrapbots 2.0. Like, this would be really fucking hard to do. But I don't really think that that's the case. And anyway, so as soon as you finish that, as soon as you phase 1, the achievement part of this fight is over. That's all you really have to do. And so you can just do the rest of the fight normally, and you'll get the achievement upon killing the boss, which kind of sucks if you are not really entirely, confident or certain in killing the boss, because you might have to repeat some sort of strategy. But luckily enough, it just randomly gives it to you, and sometimes it randomly doesn't. So hopefully the time that you kill it, it will randomly give it to you. And as you can see here, Garrosh is almost dead. We have 4 people dead. I don't know. How the fuck do you die on this boss in Flex? Or whatever. It doesn't even matter. It doesn't even matter. And as you guys will see here in a second, I hope that I click on the achievement, but if I don't, rest assured that 4 people there we go. And so, there you go. You guys got the achievement, and you saw how badly we fucked it up, and so this is kind of bugged out. Hopefully you'll get it whenever you kill it, but good luck either way. So, anyway, thanks for watching, and like, comment, subscribe.